going live and it's thinking and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nippa.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 372. Hello, hello. We have Claire, Lisa, Jen, and Carrie saying hello out in the live stream on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, one and all.
Yeah. Yep.
How has your week been treating you?
Good. I love these cooler temperatures.
Cannot argue with these cooler temperatures for sure.
It's like 50 overnight and 70s during the day. It feels like fall.
Kind of feeling bad for the
lasting till the weekend, right?
Yeah, kind of feeling bad for the Texas folks that have had like 7 days straight over 100 or whatever. But yeah, we had a huge storm blow through on Saturday where I felt very vindicated because I told my son that he needed to be home by 1 o'clock because that was when the storms were going to start rolling in. And he's like, Mom, the sun is shining. It'll be fine. And I'm like, no, seriously, they've been warning us for several days. I think they're pretty sure that this is going to happen. And then, yep, the sirens went off and we were in the basement and then a cold system came through. So.
Yeah, the sirens were going off and there was still a FedEx guy going up and down my street. I was like, I tried to wave him down when he was at the neighbor's house, but he was on a mission, didn't see me.
Huh. Wonder what they do. Like, can they join people in their basements? Like,
I was going to offer because it wasn't a very long one, but I don't know. I mean, it was pouring and he was carrying packages to doors and coming back into us and driving.
Yeah. Well, the newscaster, so we watched KTTC and he was like, they didn't have the video on and he was like, we are in the bathroom. We are in a safe place. Right. So like they were taking it very seriously. He wasn't staying on air. And then once it passed and they were coming on air, he's like, sorry, I'm checking on my wife. Right. So like, there was just like, I don't know, it was this air of like, I'm not keeping up pretenses here. We were scared and in the bathroom and I'm worried about my loved ones. It was a little, I don't know, it was refreshing and different, I guess. Definitely noticed. So
I think we must have been watching a different one, the further south one, because they did not ever stop.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, the Rochester, we had an actual warning, right? So they thought that there was one.
Right. Well, and we went and it was only for the north side of town, right? And yeah. So whichever station we were watching stayed on the whole time.
Did you guys have a lot of tree carnage?
We had some tree carnage earlier in the week, with some windy days. And so the rest of the trees seem to like, we're used to it. We're fine.
We've weathered the storm before. Yeah, there was a couple of, I mean, like, again, you know, like, so it's like that slowly boiling lobster effect, right? I feel like we've had some windy days. So there's been a lot of tree carnage recently, but these were like huge ones that withstood until there was that, 70, 80 mile an hour wind on Saturday. And one was like in somebody's yard and it was split and it was on top of their garage / into their garage and then it split the other way and was in the neighbor's driveway. I'm like, well, those two people aren't going anywhere. And then there's been a lot of tree maintenance vehicles around, so it's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw a lot of the photos going around, but no, I hadn't experienced any on our block. Probably because the one tree that was about ready to did it last week. So yeah.
Got it out of the way. Yeah. All right. Administrati. Before we jump into the whips, you made a ZK announcement.
I did. So we have signed some paperwork and we are going to be moving to the Hilton. That's just a block north of where we were before.
Closer to Panacookan.
Closer to Panacookan, yes, very true. It's a block north from where we were. It's a very nice facility. It's a giant ballroom. It can only be subdivided a certain amount, and there's some different rules in this space. So I'm kind of working through flow and all that stuff right now, and it's getting really exciting.
Night owls are going to have to go hang out in the lobby, I think,
yeah.
after midnight if they want to hang out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or somebody's room or whatever. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah, we're going to have a curfew.
But well worth it. I think well worth it, right?
Oh,
like, yeah. By that
Yeah.
point in the night, we're pretty small anyway. So
yeah,
definitely.
And the ballroom that we plan to have the main gathering space in has floor to ceiling windows. So we're going to get all that natural light. It's going to be so exciting. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's just a new space, new chapter. It'll allow for quite a few changes. I've been letting it slip to a few of our vendors as they've contacted me that for the first time in the history of our event, we won't have to do that crazy flip thing. And so they're going to have a lot more time to set up and tear down their booths, which is awesome.
Yes. Woot.
But anyway, so if you're listening and you're excited, yeah, it's the Hilton Ballrooms. They have two different floors of ballrooms, so but they're very similar. So if you find a picture of the ballroom, it's close to what we're going to be in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that natural light is a huge value add, But yeah, exciting. Anything else that you wanted to say?
We submitted our theme logo stuff, so that's kind of exciting. We'll probably have our cat bears in their theme coming up. I mean, it's going to be a while, right? But we submitted it. This is probably the earliest we've come up with a theme and submitted it, so that's kind of cool.
Yep. Yeah. So other than that, administrative wise, thank you for everybody that filled out the survey. I'm still looking at the results, and lots of really great ideas. Should crowdsource more often, including the suggestion to maybe crowdsource out in Discord so people can like upvote and kind of get ideas. So it's not just one way, right? Like it's kind of everybody brainstorming, like literally like storming of brains. So yeah, really enjoying that feedback, and we will do the drawing next week for the survey responses and the prize there. Do get your musical craft along entries in. One of the prizes will be some ZK goodies. So definitely want to encourage you to find a musical tie-in and get your entries in. Along those same lines, we're also doing a musical craft along show and share, not this weekend, but the following weekend. Always really enjoy seeing everybody's items and sharing their joy about what they've made. So we'll be doing that, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday after the entries are in and the dust has settled and the prizes have been drawn. Maybe additional prizes in the show and share. So come and share your item. And then what else? Oh, self-striping, KAL. We're almost done with July, so get your entries in. Time is going way too fast. I did a bunch of ZKN swag mailing out this weekend, as well as the self-striping prizes mailing out, and here I'm talking about doing it again. Like, just got those out. But yeah, it's good. It's all good. Time flying can be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then last but certainly not least, Wednesday is the free ZKN VKN. So grab that and get that out on the calendar. So you can check the events page, and the Google Calendar will have the details if you don't get the weekly email. And if you do get the weekly email, feel free to share with anyone and everyone that might be interested in giving us a try. We're a friendly group.
Okay. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, and I was just thinking, while we were talking, I had a few people on Instagram ask me when registration was. Typically, we have a call for vendor and registration around September. So it might shift, but just don't worry about it until September. If you get a friendly reminder, go out to Zombie Apocalypse and sign up for our newsletter area, and then you will get the save the date when we know.
And we plan to do the same thing with the ZKN members as we did last year. So those dates will be published as well on who gets early access. We did have a question in the chat, ZK related. I thought I'd jump in. The dates are still our normal week next year.
Yeah, so it's the week after Father's Day weekend. So I believe that is June 21st is the Wednesday. Yeah. So that Wednesday through Saturday.
Woot woot. All right.
Okay.
Ready to talk about your whip?
Sure.
Whips.
Whips. So I guess I'll start with this. I got a bag from Neon Graffiti. That really cool tag.
That's very fun.
And it's got padding in it, so it's very much a bucket bag of good size. So in here I have my whip. This is the Marley, and it's going to be this beautiful pink, which is Oink Oink from Leading Men Fiber Arts. I believe this is their non-superwash. It's a little bit more affordable. And if you're okay with it not being, machine washable, it's a really good alternative. It's knitting up like a dream, but I have 2 sleeves done.
Ooh.
And then this is the back.
Remind me what the Marley looks like.
It's got a lot of cables in the front. It's an oversized V-neck.
Okay.
So I'm on the boring bits, I guess. And it's pieced, so I'm, you get sleeve 1, sleeve 2, back, front. So I'm getting through all of the boring stockinette first, and then I'll get to work through the exciting cables of the front next. So I've been enjoying that. It's an A-line, so it starts really wide at the bottom and it only decreases. It doesn't hourglass or anything. It just decreases up to the armpits. I think I'm going to really love that sweater. I'm going to live in it during this winter. It's a really cool oversized sweater.
Absolutely.
And then I haven't gotten much further on it, but the yarn is so beautiful, I thought I would bring it. I am working on the summer, long summer cardigan. So this is some lavender loon in that merino linen single ply base. So I know that was what was in that salty tea kit at the retreat, but yeah, love, 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 love.
How long is your long summer cardigan going to be?
I don't know. I think I'll decide with this panel. Because I also remember reading that I'm not doing something right. I messed something up in this. So I need to go back and reread the pattern. I think I overshot is what happened. At some point I was supposed to start doing something, and I think I was further along than this, and I had to rip back.
Okay.
Because I think that's what happened. I had to rip back, or maybe I'm not even done ripping back. Yeah, definitely had to rip back. See that ball?
It's a really pretty colorway, and I really love how that gold is pulling out the flex and the.
Oh, I know. This combo is so amazing. Sam and I worked a little bit to pick this out. Just told her what I was wanting to work on. She made a few suggestions. This one, the base, the main color really struck me. And then she pulled a few, and I believe the gold is foxy. It's a beautiful color.
Yeah, it is.
So that's that. Had to show the yarn. It's beautiful.
So that's the, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the construction, but that's like the beginning, or do you have another panel that you've started?
That's the back, and I do believe that I need to knit a certain amount, and then I get to work the front
Separately.
and then I do the whole body.
Got it. Join
But
join
again,
all of the.
I haven't read that pattern in a while. So it's like, I don't remember. I'll have to double check.
It's very pretty, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I could see why you overshot it, because you were like, so pretty.
Yeah, it was just pretty, and I was working in pattern, and yeah, I got like this much done, and then realized that I had other things that I needed to do.
Yeah, is it maybe a bow out a little bit for like the armholes?
Probably, yeah. It's something where I was like, oh, I had to stop, or I should have stopped. Or it may have been that I overshot the underarm, and then I should have started the front panels.
Got it.
But chances are there was some sort of shaping or something that I was supposed to do as well. Again, I've been so immersed in my bubble cardigan, I haven't really thought about that pattern.
Excellent.
So here's the bubble cardigan.
Woo! Look at that.
Yeah. Wow, that looks really great.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like quite the statement piece. I'm wondering if if it's as bright as it is IRL.
It doesn't. I don't think in real life that pink stands out quite that much.
Okay.
I mean, it is bright. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's more of a blend. Like this stripe is really bright, but all the rest of them are very blended. So it in person, it doesn't look like it's got this giant stripe, but maybe.
I like it as it is, but or as I'm seeing it.
Yeah. So the thing is that from the leftovers, I got these minis, and so I'm doing the sleeves 2 at a time.
Okay. So
basically, I only have enough to do one more full repeat. So you can see there's 2 in the body. So I only have enough for one more color repeat per sleeve, right? So I'm working them in tandem to make sure I have enough. But right now, I was going to point out some funness about having a large stash and a large pool of leftovers. I am running out of yarn on this sleeve. So I don't know if you can tell, but rows 5 and 6 on these greens are a different color. And then when you get to these whites, I'm down to like 1.5. 1.5 rows that I have to find another color for. And so I'm hoping that as I keep decreasing, because it's a very rapid decrease in the sleeve, as I keep decreasing, I won't run into those issues. The only scary part is that once you get to this pink where it goes to underarm, the balls that I have left over are very small. Very small. So I'm hoping that their circumference is just at its pinnacle of smallness by the time I get there. But it's been kind of an interesting and fun challenge to pull out all my scraps and try to find something that blends enough to trick your eye on the sleeve.
Yeah. It's not very often that both of your arms are right next to each other. So our eyes do a little bit of filling in for us, right?
Right. Well, and again, I think that having that large stash really helped. Because, I mean, you look like, see, now you can't tell.
Is it short sleeve?
It's just really oversized. So I'm going to have a lot of drop sleeve.
Got it. Got it.
Because there's a really wide collar piece as well. So
pretty.
Yeah, it goes down to mid bicep drop sleeve. And then there's a really long, there's the potential to have a really long cuff.
Ah, okay. And are you doing that in a solid?
Yeah, that's I started a little bit of that solid at the bottom, but then I got really curious to see if I was going to have enough for the sleeves. So instead of working on, what is it, 3 more inches of this, I decided to go up to the sleeves. So,
don't know if it's you or me,
gray
and it seems like we get to this point in every podcast maybe, and it's you're very slow for me.
And the cuffs. But that's what I'm working on. And I have probably something else that I'm working on. Are close to my Megan. Okay.
Hello?
I can oh that now you're back.
Okay. I was like, you were very slow for me. So like you were talking very deliberately. I was like,
I think I had that last week with you. We're just sharing it.
Okay, the comment sloth Amy. So
okay, so yeah.
Yes, it was entertaining.
Okay.
But ultimately you're working you stopped on the bottom cuff of the bottom hem because you're going to see how long you can get the sleeves.
Yes. Well, the sleeves were just more interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah.
I stopped because I wanted to know.
So that's like polygamy, but in the same object. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I want to cast on all the things.
Very much so.
I don't necessarily, I haven't, but I have definitely been stirring the stash a lot and thinking things and like queuing and moving things around, which is kind of the monogamist's way of dealing with wanting to have multiple things on the needles. So just briefly, just recently finished another Muselburrow and cast on another one. So this is what it looks like at its start. This is a Lorna's Laces zombie colorway. What is it called? Lorna's Laces. I think I bought a whole bunch of it and we gave some of it away. And this was like the lone one in my stash. Zombie Barbecue. And now, Amy, you are permanently looking down for me. But I can continue since it's mine. Hopefully you come back online. But yeah, I'm going to mix in a black with it, which I think will be fun. And I continue to enjoy kind of taking these mixers and mixing it in together. So Zombie Barbecue, and then this is a black from Knit Picks, I believe. That I used as part of a design for their Rock and Socks book and had an extra skein sitting around. All right. Next up for me, actually, I don't know if I can message Amy here or not. Always so, oh, there she left. Hopefully she can come back. I did some stash stirring and found, and of course I'm not going to have my tags here, but I believe this is pirate wool. Can't find my tags, but it's a merino silk. Oh, are you back?
I'm back.
Excellent. You were like permanently looking down, and I was like, Amy.
Well, and I heard every word you were saying about your hat, but you were frozen.
Okay.
And then it decided to go black and
Yeah.
say connecting. And I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, this is a merino silk blend. So it has a really nice soft blend, and it looks a lot, it's very denim-y, right? Like it looks very denim. And then the other color that I pulled out, and you can kind of see the crinkleness. I had started a design with this. This is Cyborg's Craft Room in the Orange You Glad It's Pink. And just really wanted to do something special with it. And it had been sitting as part of a partially completed, they were leggings for Ellie. And it hurt my soul to rip it out. But they were like Ellie circa 20 whatever, right? So like her legs weren't long enough, they wouldn't be long enough for her legs, the circumference wouldn't be big enough for her legs. So unless I found somebody that was had a specific little girl with the same dimensions as Ellie, wasn't going to be very helpful. So yeah, I ripped those out. It hurt a little bit, but I got it done. And again, I think it'll be great to have these used as part of a top. So this is the Penelope by Juliet Work. I think I talked about it last week as kind of something that I was thinking about, or I had been stirring the stash for. Really fun, kind of like your Bellacore, right? Like a very fun slip stitch motif there. It looks impossibly small, but I have put it on the try it on tubing, and because it's kind of a ribbing and it does stretch, and it actually has a little bit of positive ease, even though the pattern's been written for negative ease. I did an extended ribbing at the end because I think I was thinking I wasn't going to have enough of the contrast color, kind of like some of the games you're playing with your bubble. And so I was like, well, I'll do an extended. And now I think I've got enough that I might be able to make some long sleeves for it versus the short sleeves that it is. I don't know, fingering weight tops are very versatile for me, whether it's kind of these cooler summer days or maybe the heavily heated winter days with long sleeves. So I'm thinking about adding longer sleeves to it. It's a really cute pattern. It's got like not short sleeve, like where you get to the top and it's just put a whatever on it. It's a longer sleeve. And yeah, I just really love how they're playing with each other and how it breaks up, but also kind of how you can kind of see some of the variation in that pink, the orange and pink. So yeah, gonna hear fairly shortly. It'll be long enough that I'll be doing some underarm stuff. It's a really great pattern. She has instructions on how to deal with cup size. So you could do like bust darts in it from the bottom up. I because of my cup size, anybody that knows me, I don't have to do any darts, believe it or not. It's just going to be stretched there. Yeah, kind of a fun sleeve construction as well with a saddle shoulder, but from the bottom up. So looking forward to that, but I'll just keep on holding it up and admiring it in the
that'll be different.
Cool. Yeah. Super loving it. And again, it's in my Black Pearl Magic bag, which makes me happy. And then, yeah, I want to make a stripe. So I've got my Northern Bee with stripes. I've got some, the Diane at ZKN last week, or VKN that last week, was making an easy V. And I'm thinking about making an easy V, but with fingering versus DK. So I've been kind of stirring and picking things out. And then the No Sweat shirt, I think I showed off the Remix Light last week. But while I was stirring my stash for some of these other things, I found that I had forgotten last year at Colorful Yarns. I had gotten this dungarees paints from Queensland, the Queensland Connection. And I don't know if I've got enough of this, but I do think it would be fun striped. So this one's 100% cotton. And then this one is, the remix has just about a billion things in it, right? Nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. So yeah, just thinking that those speckles are going to make me really happy. And a lighter weight sweatshirt, especially this week, because it's been so cool, just sounds so fabulous. So yeah, just so many things that are needle adjacent or want to be on the needles. I do feel like I've gotten a little bit of a wandering eye because of that slip stitch motif takes a long time. Each 4 rows really doesn't add much. Each repeat doesn't add much. So I've been doing other things because I'm like, I don't, okay. But I really want it, and I think it'll be fun to have, but definitely planning.
Yeah, no, I agree that the slip stitch makes your eye wander to other projects and maybe even bigger yarns, even though because that's kind of where I ended up. I was like, oh, I want to knit on, because that's how I got those sleeves and back done on that sweater, is because I was like, oh, I know I have a project out there that works with DK or worsted weight, and I want quicker projects, quicker progress. And sure enough, that when I do switch over, it zooms and it's exciting, even if it is stockinette.
Yeah, well, and I get a little bit of that with the Muso burls, right? But yeah, I don't know. I've got so many sweaters that I'd like to be working on that it seems kind of like, well, I could probably cast that on. So wandering eyes, wandering heart, lots of project planning to see. But yeah, Shayna, thank you. Shayna just said she could check if they still have more. I don't know. I like the idea of it striped too. I think it'd be fun, especially in that reverse stockinette. But yeah, it's a big hefty skein too. 339 yards DK weight.
Yeah, I know I have a gift certificate or rewards, whatever, to turn in at Farmer's Daughter's Fiber. So I'm just tempted to buy like the yarn that they used in their sample.
Yeah.
My credit.
It's super pretty. It's super pretty.
But
super
right
enabling.
Now I'm hesitating buying yarn.
Yep.
Doing good. Using up all of this Advent has just been amazing. And then moving on and using up, these bigger, like I think that this one takes 6 skeins and this one takes 4 skeins, these bigger projects is kind of fun as well.
Yeah.
My next one is going to be dipping into my Suburban Stitcher sport weight stash.
Yes, the fade.
Well, maybe not the fade. I already have 9 skeins. That's not part of the fade.
Yeah, I started dipping into my fade for that Easy V too, which was kind of like, is this my mind's way of like literally going, she's the one that enabled me, I should use. But yeah, lots of fun. Like you said, really an opportunity.
So you're making me want to look up the Easy V.
It's a color work by Caitlin Hunter. Neck is literally like a square. And it's got like zigzags. So it's a fun way. It would be a fun way to use all of those colors going down. Yeah. So
you're making me want to look up all the sweaters.
Well, yeah, and you might be able to do it with your sport weight too. Because it's a DK weight sweater that I'm thinking about making and fingering. So but yeah, no, it's fun. It's a fun time of year. I definitely feel like if we could go back and we had metadata on the things that we said the most in, July and August, definitely looking forward to the sweater weather, right?
Yeah. And this week gave us a nice preview. So for sure, looking forward.
Yeah. Well, and I really can't speak because I've been knitting hats all year long, right? So it's not like I stop when things are warm outside knitting things that you need when it's cold outside, but
all right. That's all I had.
All right, thanks all.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta. All right.